When this game was announced, the biggest shock for me was that a lot of the PlayStation fans who were in a position to get this game did not rejoice that the game was actually going to be received by them. They rejoiced that the game was going to not be coming to the Xbox platform, or so they thought. In today's video, I wanted to point out something. In fact, I wanted to point out a few things. I think this gaming conversation is so toxic that a lot of these people that play List Wars who don't play these games, and I called them out for that. I said, many of you are not going to play fighting games. Not many of you are even going to play these classic fighting games, because I play Street Fighter 6 and I've seen the numbers of that game. And to be very honest, I'm quite shocked that Street Fighter cannot come close to Mortal Kombat, even though as a Mortal Kombat fan who thought that Mortal Kombat 1 was going to be better than Street Fighter, I can tell you that I was wrong on that point. That Mortal Kombat still continues to outsell Street Fighter. Yet I saw these PlayStation fans, the toxic ones, not all of you, basically trying to clown Xbox because this game was not coming to the platform. Or, like I said, so they thought. We must all walk around this life with a little bit of humble pie. Jez Corden is one in position today to celebrate a little bit. Breaking: Capcom solves the technical hurdles preventing Marvel vs. Capcom and Capcom Fighting Games 2 collections from hitting Xbox. Both will arrive in 2025. Clobril, who is supposedly a huge Xbox fan, basically put his announcement like this: Capcom Fighting Collection 2 is coming exclusively not on Xbox. And Jez said they are working on it. At the time, this whole conversation was all over the place, and I have to say something. Those of you who say you are Xbox fans, you really do make it very hard for anybody to make a case on your behalf, even when they can see how mistreated a lot of the Xbox actions are, and even how the fans are mistreated. Sometimes some of the folk that maybe in a sense are the vocal in your community, they really do not help to provide any form of, pride in the platform that they play in. They're kind of wishy-washy. 1 minute they're Xbox fans, next minute they're not. Me sitting here on the, PC side going, what the heck is going on? Seeing how PlayStation fans want to drag you guys all over the place when you actually are sitting on the platform that's about to change the gaming industry and rip it to shreds from within. And you guys cannot necessarily take some time to breathe and understand the prevailing information around it. They're Xbox fans. Some of us on the PC side like what we're seeing in terms of games delivered from Microsoft. We're not fans of Microsoft. Remember Windows Live Gaming? We didn't forget. We know that they could be an underhanded business corporation. However, now that the competition has come down to basically blood in the water, we understand that the benefit is going to be for those of us who are basically paying attention. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that these narratives do not make their way into the discourse without getting any pushback. And I think that's the place that a lot of folk are probably dialing into these conversations to see where there's any sensibility in the conversation. They were already working on this stuff for the longest time, but over the last few weeks, I would not stop seeing people making comments saying, again, Capcom is skipping Xbox. They're not going to make that mistake. This is crazy. I don't know what you guys are talking about. This person said this. They said, more game developers should do this too, because Game Pass is not profitable to them. These people have lost every sense of having a cohesive conversation. What does the announcement of a video game from Capcom going to another platform have to do with Game Pass? They want Capcom to make as much money as they should. How would you make more money if more people can buy what you're making? Again, the lack of understanding is very apparent here. This person said, Xbox players don't buy fighting games. That's just a fact. By whom? Capcom may think it's a fact, but apparently they're doing something that is contrary to the fact that you're claiming. Hence, one of you is lying. Either you are or Capcom is. But it seems like Capcom's actions are proving that there might be some sales. So having taken the extra step proves that you are not telling the truth. Also, technically, new-gen consoles struggle with the MT framework. Well, yes, that's both of them. It's why the PS4 version is the one being sold and not the PS5. PS5 can emulate PS4, but it wouldn't be a PS5 game. This person made this comment, didn't think that the Xbox Series X can also emulate the Xbox One games as well via backward compatibility. The proof was in the pudding and the hints were there for a lot of these folk, but because they wanted to score a console war point, they didn't think about it. These Xbox buy games, they apparently do. If you don't think so, Capcom thinks so. And that's exactly what we're seeing. This person says, why would it come to Xbox? Xbox announced there won't be a console anymore soon. Look at this. This is the nonsense we got to deal with. This person said, blame Xbox Game Pass. Oh my goodness. People don't buy games anymore. As a result, developers avoid Microsoft as it does not result in needed revenue and sales numbers. Not profitable in the end. You know, when somebody says a whole bunch of nonsense, thank God we have anonymous, usernames here. So I can basically just, say what I want to say. I could just be free with you guys. When somebody says a whole bunch of nonsense and thinks they actually said something that's sensible, this is basically what I've been dealing with in the past few, months. It's insane. Like, goodness gracious. This one says, who even has Xbox? Might as well save money. Very based of them. Celebrating a game not going to another platform that's coming to your platform, to me, doesn't necessarily tell me that you care about gaming. I don't know. Maybe you might have somebody else fooled, but, it's one of those things. However, I could keep reading these comments over and over again, but it'd be best for us to basically focus on what's going on. Exclusivity right now is a triple-edged sword. It's like holding one sword, and then all of a sudden, another blade pops out of that sword and you don't know what direction it's going to basically shoot to. That's literally what exclusivity is. You try to maybe see if you can maybe keep a game to a platform, maybe get a benefit, perhaps get a benefit. And then at the end of the day, that benefit basically comes back and stabs you in the back because your brand will now be damaged. Capcom understands that they want to release more games. They're a 30-year game development publisher, and they have development studios. And they understand that Xbox is sitting on 30 million subscribers and much more that can have access to their games via Game Pass and other ecosystem possibilities. They also understand that at some point, Xbox is no longer going to be just a simple third-party publisher that competes with them, but a major third-party publisher that competes with them. Do you guys think Xbox doesn't have a fighting game of its own that it can actually leverage? What are some of you even thinking about? See, most of these folk don't play fighting games. They don't even play the games that they actually battle about. They don't even know what I'm even talking about. And I'm not even going to say it in this video just to basically quiz you to see if you're actually in the know. You think if Capcom basically was trying to money hat a fighting classic collection, they would dare do it to Xbox? Because I think Xbox might have something under the sleeve that y'all may not even know about. This whole conversation is about to get more and more interesting in the next few months. I was going to back away from this whole talk. I just, I took a while and I said, you know what? Why? Why would I do that? Why would I let the elements in this community that are, for one, dishonest, number two, just basically, in my opinion, nihilistic as to anything good that's coming to gaming, why would I let them have the free reign? So we need to talk about this. We need to put this up here and say, those who were celebrating this, you've now been exposed for exactly what kind of person you actually are, because you're not a gamer. I'm making videos for gamers, and apparently many of you come on the comment section and you start to spout this nonsense. You're not a gamer, and we've identified you because of how you were celebrating. I'd go and read more comments because I made about 3 of these videos, but there's no need. You're still going to expose yourself again. The reality right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that the gaming scene is changing very much. No one would dare leave 30 million users of a console on the table. This talk about the juice is not worth the squeeze, Xbox is not worth it to develop for, I'm telling you, that's something that even middle school students will never entertain to argue against, because they'll know it's just a very stupid claim just on the surface. And even when you dig deep, you can't find anything anyways. That's basically what happens whenever these brain dead comments come around, and you have to basically treat them as such. So Capcom wants to sell games, bro. Capcom wants to sell, they want to sell copies. They don't have hardware to depend on. They can't depend on PlayStation's hardware. PlayStation can't depend on PlayStation's hardware alone to move their games. Hence, that's why they're all running to PC. So I guess now everyone is seeing the light, and eventually gaming, as has been predicted by not just me, but people who've been looking at this whole trend, is going to change. And now this whole exclusivity thing that people have basically beat their chest about, rather than just enjoying games, it's going to die. Let's see what they do when their idol finally is decapitated. Thanks for watching the video. Appreciate you guys' time and audience. Talk to me in the comment section. Peace out.